What's going on, guys? Digirex here, and today I'm coming at you with a brand new video. And in today's video, I'm going to be covering For Honor, and the beta came out, and I'm going to be telling you guys stuff about the game, and you can decide if you want to buy it. And I'm definitely not sure if I'm going to buy it yet. I don't really know. My friends don't seem that interested in it, and I don't know if I'd, have so much fun on it, how much I'd play it, stuff like that. But first of all, I'm going to be telling you guys about the unique things within For Honor. So, first of all, there are 9 different characters you can play from. In this gameplay here, you're going to be seeing me play as the Warden. That's what he's called. There are 9 heroes, and there are 3 factions. The 3 factions include the Knights, the Vikings, and the Samurai. And out of those 3 factions, there are 3 heroes you can play each. So, obviously here I'm doing a 1v1 game mode. And that brings me to the game modes. There are 4 different types of game modes. There is Duel, which is a 1v1. There's a Brawl, which is a 2v2. There's Deathmatch, which is just pretty much Team Deathmatch. It's a 4v4 game mode. And then there's Dominion, which you capture the flag, and it's a 4v4 game mode. And that includes AI grunts for you to battle, so it's like a whole Battlefield kind of game mode. And right here, you'll be seeing a lot of duel gameplay, because the duels are very fun to play with. Some of the other game modes can get pretty hectic or frustrating when you get ganged up on. And, yeah. So, there is a lot of customization within this game. I mean, out of the 9 heroes, you can customize every single one of them. I mean, you can customize armor, you can customize their helmet, their arms, their chest, and their weapon. And their weapon has 3 parts you can customize, like a blade, a handle, and stuff like that. There's different parts of the weapon you can customize. And you can customize for looks, and these custom things also have stats on them. And what do, you get this loot after the game, after scavenging the battlefield. It's pretty much just a random number generator, and it tells you if you got loot or not. So it is kind of a loot-based game, and you can also customize your guy with paint jobs on all your armor, so you look unique. Most of the armor has the same appearance, like reskins. Say something like the Division or Destiny, they have reskins, but they're called different things. They hold different stats, except there are a few different models of helmets, say, or chest plates, or, arms, or stuff like that. There's a bunch of different weapon blades, there's a bunch of different weapon handles, and you can customize all these with paint jobs. You can make your own custom emblem, and this is all in-game. I mean, there's a bunch of customizable stuff in-game. I mean, you can make your character a male or female, you can choose their skin color, you can choose, like, their face. You can choose the material their armor is made out of and the engravings in their armor. You can change the color scheme. I mean, you can change what's on their back. You can change what's on their left and right shoulder. You can change what's on their mask. You can basically change anything. Even the Vikings have tattoos that they're able to put on themselves. So there's a wide, span of customization in this game that'll keep you playing for the loot. You want to make a build on a character, you want to improve your stats on the character, and you don't have a total level, but you rank up each character individually, and there are also different abilities that you unlock as you rank up your character, and these are called feats, and you can activate these in-game. So now these aren't in duels, these special abilities, but they are in 4v4 game modes, and they let you, say, call arrows down to attack. They let you do a thing like an airstrike, but it'll call catapults to come to you. There's a bunch of things. You can rally troops. You can do stuff like that. And then that brings me to emotes, which you can get. You can get emotes with this stuff called in-game currency, which I believe is called metal. And then you can, you scrap stuff for metal. And this is how you get some in-game stuff. You buy it with this in-game currency. And as far as I can tell, there's no microtransactions, which most Ubisoft games don't have microtransactions, and if they do, they are only cosmetic, so we might see that in the future, but not right now, and especially not in the beta. So there is a ton of stuff. There's also different executions that your character can do, and that's kind of like a style kill, and some pieces of armor help you with these executions, and some pieces of armor give you special abilities, or like you get health back when you perform an execution with a certain piece of armor. So the armors all have stats and abilities with them, and it's crazy. So that is all the customization stuff. There's a ton of customization. I'd be surprised if there were 2 people with the exact same heroes, the exact same emotes, or anything really, like the exact same appearance even, would be super rare, as there are a bunch of different options, and Ubisoft will be for sure adding more stuff in the future. So now, that brings me to the faction wars. Within For Honor, like I said earlier, there are 3 factions, and in the beginning of the game, you choose from them, and this doesn't affect which characters you can play as, even though I chose the Knights and I'm playing as a Knight. This really doesn't affect the characters you play as, but it does affect who you fight for in the faction war. And the faction war is basically this thing where the 3 factions hold and attack land from each other. So basically there's seasons of faction wars, and the faction that ends with the most land wins, and you claim land by, say, I'm a Knight and I win a game against a Viking. That'll get the Knights closer to claiming more land. So right now there's a problem in the beta where a lot of people are choosing Samurai. So the Samurai started out with a lot of land, but then the Knights and the Vikings have started to team up on the Samurai and take the land back. So this faction war really can go in any direction, but it's quite a unique feature within the game, and it is definitely going to stay. It's one of the main features of the game, the 3 factions fighting for ground, and it's pretty crazy. So now we're going to move on to gameplay. As you see here, the gameplay has a little bit of a learning curve. This is definitely not some of my first matches here. I mean, my first matches, I absolutely sucked dick. Yeah, it was terrible. But after you get past this little learning curve at first, you start to figure out combos, and like I said before, there are 9 heroes, and each one has a specific set of moves and abilities that they can perform, and I mean, honestly, it is just crazy. But once you start to learn, play against a little bit of AI at first, once you start to learn more of the move sets and all this stuff of your hero, you'll definitely get better. I definitely recommend trying to pick a hero that is right for you, and then just practicing and practicing with it, getting better with this one hero until you're basically a master with this hero. And that's the way you'll be winning most of your matches, especially in 1v1s. You definitely want a hero that you feel comfortable with in 1v1s. Definitely would not go into a 1v1 with the character that I'm playing for the first time. So you definitely have to learn the characters in this game, which is kind of fun, honestly. You get to pick a hero and kind of main them for a while. You know, you can change it up when a new season comes around, or when the faction wars are in between seasons, similar to how Overwatch people do it. And yes, the gameplay can be complicated, and there are always people that are going to be really good at it, and a lot of the gameplay is based on reaction time, as in blocking and, you know, attacking. A lot of it is reaction time, especially the blocking, and a lot of it is strategy. I mean, you gotta know where you can strike your enemy, they won't block it. You gotta know when you can strike your enemy and they won't counter you, and all this crazy stuff. So the gameplay is a little hard to get at first, but as soon as you get it, you'll most likely be destroying noobs, but there will always be people better than you, just remember that. Especially in these 1v1s, you can get pretty salty when somebody just sweeps the floor with you, because some of these players are really, really good. And as you learn a character in the 1v1, and like as you play against this person more, you'll start to see their movesets and really what they do. I mean, this Viking in that 1v1 footage earlier, he was using an unblockable attack, so I had to dodge it, and yeah, I learned how to avoid this unblockable attack, which I was getting hit over and over by at first, but then I soon later learned to counter it. And yeah, this game is really fun once you get the hang of it. I mean, when you're starting out, it can be frustrating to learn all the combat mechanics. There's a quick tutorial at the beginning of the game, and it does help you, but it doesn't help you immensely. It won't make you a master instantly, that's for sure. You gotta practice a lot. But yeah, guys, that wraps up the gameplay portion, and the gameplay is pretty exciting in this game, to be honest. As you can see, it's crazy. It's kind of like half strategy, half fighting, kind of. Like, I mean, it's strategy as in you have to know what your opponent's gonna do, you have to read them, and you have to know your combos. It's half fighting game, like half strategy. I don't even know how to describe it. And the Dominion game is like a medieval battlefield kind of setting, and it's all crazy, guys. But that is going to wrap up the video. I can let you guys can play the beta. You guys can decide if you want to buy it. This is just kind of giving you a brief overview about what I think is good about the game, what I think is bad. I mean, really, this game is tons of fun, but it's just the beta, so we'll have to see how it changes and how long. I personally think the loot will keep me engaged, will keep people engaged long in this game if they choose to buy it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more gaming videos, all the good stuff. I hope you guys have a great day. This has been Digirex. Peace.
I'm open to mine, so we all need some time just to settle down. Won't you come around, cause I never can leave it alone. Talking about somebody rolling, boulevard dining, making it count for efforts I can't explain. Balling and feeling we drowning, never been humbled by playing the fighter.